I'm already afraid for this one. I'm actually afraid. When Looksmaxxing ruins your life. Isn't this like also called mogging or something? I'm not hip with the new lingo. I barely understand skibbity. Bro, what? We're gonna find out. I have a feeling this has to do with, I think his name is clavicular or something like that. He's popped up on my feed a couple times, and there's literally, it's in English, but boy, I don't understand it.
The internet has become obsessed with looksmaxxing.
Yeah.
Be it mewing, excessive steroids.
Okay, mewing is funny though. I have an emote. Much skibbity. That dude, yeah, I think his name is clavicular or something. What happens when you quit steroids or okay, well this is about drugs, isn't it?
Use, bone smashing routines.
Yeah, this guy. I think this is him, where he destroys the bone on the side of his, yeah.
And even leg lengthening surgeries. It feels
Don't do that.
like we're in uncharted territory, but if I'm being honest with you guys, it's not worth getting your cortisol spiked over. Jackasses have been trying to improve their looks via dangerous and unorthodox methods forever. Today we'll be taking a look.
Was she just filing her teeth? What? Ooh, do you ever like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Never mind, I'm moving on.
Look at various instances of people's looksmaxxing attempts backfiring in severe fashion.
Yeah.
And with that, why don't we begin with this guy?
What is that body shape?
The legend of Synthol Man. Meet Brazilian bodybuilder Rodrigo Ferraz. Rodrigo is notable for being one of the earliest living memes from Brazil. His unusual online activity and abrupt and disturbing disappearance have made him the stuff of legend in online bodybuilding communities. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm all for, like, yeah, getting some muscle and making yourself better, but, like, this curve right here? Oh, well, that checks out. So glad I haven't eaten yet. Oh, Russian used too much steroids, ruined his arm. Yeah, that one looks completely, like, not good. Cosmetic teeth filing can be traced back to Vikings. They filed their teeth? I mean, obviously, unfortunately, they do this because they have issues with how they look, which is really sad. So I'm sure they take other means to look the way they think looks best. So funny thing about the fake stuff, it almost never looks good. Yeah.
This guy's bizarre story online begins back in October of 2009 after he uploads a video to his YouTube channel. The Portuguese
It's so round. Aprenda a treinar na sua casa. Something in the house.
Title of this video translates to Learn How to Train at Home. In it, Rodrigo shows people what he describes as his home workout routine, which is essentially him gyrating and dancing around half naked in his bedroom like a Temu version of Ricardo Milos.
Banger music choice, though. Synthol makes muscles large without any increase in muscle mass or strength. That's very unhealthy. Yeah, I know it's difficult to get muscles and everything, but definitely doing it the fake way is not the way to go.
This video was very much posted by Rodrigo as a flex, a showcasing of his physique and an attempt to gain a following from it. And it is certainly quite the build that he has here. Most of you are already noticing some wacky proportionality here. His shoulders have this disturbing looking asymmetry to them. His pecs are so bulbously swollen that they look like they could pop at any moment. And of course, the guy's trap muscles, it makes it look like he's a little kid wearing a muscle suit Halloween costume that you purchase.
It's mainly the roundness, like you said, of here and this part. If he didn't have this part, and maybe if they were more toned, it'd be fine. Like, it wouldn't even be that bad.
At parties.
Made his heart get bigger and their problems began. Oh, that's sad. Doesn't make the heart extremely stressed. When you work your pecs too much, you start lactate. Oh. Fun fact of the day. Thanks, Ben. Oh, geez.
City. I, for one, would never do something like that. Something was fishy about this guy's build, but Rodrigo said in the description of his video that it was all natural. I mean, come on, that's like me saying what's left of my hair is all natural. Y'all know I'm medicated for that shit. Rodrigo, quit capping, bro. The comments to Rodrigo's muscle showcase video were absolutely brutal and about as offensively 2009 as it gets. You have
that's like, you know when something's just not natural. When it says a thick heart membrane, so his heart has to work thrice more than normal. On the cardiac arrest happens. I'm sure that's what happened to him.
Most ridiculous body ever. Dude, what's that? Natural? What the hell is that? Get a grip, you idiot. You look awful.
I mean, I also don't think it's okay to say stuff like this online. I not for that. I'm a very big believer in if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Obviously it's not natural. Anyone can tell it's not natural, but commenting on it just, obviously he already has self-esteem issues. Why would you comment and try and make it look worse? Like, come on.
Trapezius muscles are messed up, your chest is messed up, your arms are messed up, and you come here telling us it's natural. Go fuck yourself. You'd be lucky if it were silicone, kid. It's just pus all over your body. In response to the millions of views and thousands of comments roasting him, Rodrigo, very much unfazed, responds back with this, quote, "I'm natural. I've never used anything. I've got good genetics. To be able to criticize me, you should be taller than 1 meter 95 centimeters. And weigh
Anyone taller than 1 meter 95 centimeters?
weigh more than 100 kilograms.
Huh?
If that's not the case, I don't want to listen to your review. You'll only be one more fan of mine. Women love me, my fans."
He's got good taste in music,
The totally all-natural bodybuilder would continue uploading in the face of his detractors, publishing close to 30 YouTube videos, many of which further showcased his truly diabolical upper body physique. While Rodrigo was making a fool of himself on YouTube,
if the synthol oil gets into the bloodstream during injection, that's oil in your veins. Ooh, no, it's definitely not natural at all. Another bodybuilder died at 22 here last week. God, same thing. See, that's so depressing. Taller than him, but a bodybuilder type of person. Well, he's got, like, you know, obviously stuff in his body and whatnot, so. Sometimes it do be like that, though. If you're tall and fat, know about fitness, no. One knife is a bit over 6'4". Boo.
folks around the web and on bodybuilding forums had pretty much narrowed down what they believed Rodrigo was taking to enhance himself.
Yeah.
Synthol injections. I think those of you watching this video that lift,
See, like,
may
didn't
have
mean to pause on the booty. Like, this just, I don't, like, it doesn't even look like real. I mean, unless he, like, changed, because this part of his arm is just, like, he forgot the bottom part of his arm, or maybe this part, I don't know.
heard of this in your time on the internet, but it's such a ridiculously weird approach to looking big. I don't think people ever really look into it in a serious way or understand exactly what it is and why it's so dangerous. Synthol is just one of many dubious sight enhancement oils used by fringe bodybuilders. It typically consists of 85% oil, with the rest of the solution being lidocaine and alcohol. Since synthol isn't a legitimate cosmetic procedure or medication, guys who use it just shoot it up on their own accord, and a lot of them end up with infections at the injection site.
Yeah, ooh, this looks like it's, oh god, yeah, this looks like it's infected.
Resulting in inflammation and pus-filled cysts forming.
Yep.
People have died from abusing sight enhancers like—
Hold on, Hulk tragedy. Brazilian Popeye bodybuilder dies aged just 55 after TV star took homemade drugs and had the biggest biceps in country. He was popularly known after showing off his crazy physique on Brazilian TV. See, like, that's just sad. It's so easy to do self-inject safely when you have more than 2 brain cells. Well, I'm terrified of needles, so I would never do it anyway. And honestly, I would have no idea. So I can't even comment on it because I would have no idea. I'd probably do it wrong if I ever did it. Not that I ever would, though. Not to mention they don't have training in injections, so more likely to get some to their veins. Yeah. So these people are not healthy. It's really sad.
this before, especially those who got carried away
2026.
with puffing themselves up. The use of synthol is one of the ultimate sins in the bodybuilding world. It's both ineffective and dangerous. Only a truly delusional person would use it. Speaking of, despite his potential indulgence of it, Rodrigo always denied the synthol allegations, maintaining for years that his build was achieved through the unimpressive fitness routines that he showcased in his videos. Guy became so infamous in Brazil for his bizarre physique that he was once brought on national television, where his weird muscles were made a spectacle of, and he was made to perform like some sort of sideshow act.
Pode chamar a gatinha aí pra conferir, então.
Quero chamar, eu vou chamar a gatinha. Não, com licença, eu posso pôr o dedo aqui, Joey? Eu não
Why
sei.
is he touching? It depends on what you're injecting yourself with. Like, you do a little wrong with testosterone, but you're insane enough to do insulin on the. Well, yeah, imagine. Yeah, in fact, that I paused on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm 1.96 meters, but saying something just a moot point. Dang. It was cringe. You've watched this, Kuro? Disgusting.
Hein? Eu não sei não, hein?
Oh, no.
I've been pretty rough to Rodrigo so far in this story, but I do actually want to give him some credit for being
Brazilian?
a good sport about his online ridicule. Unlike what you see with modern internet lolcows, Rodrigo very rarely, if ever, responded in a hostile or combative way.
Honestly, good on him for that, though, because, like, I don't respond either, but man, do I want to respond to some bad comments, but it's just not worth my time.
To his online detractors. Rather, in what I would describe as totally based behavior, he simply said that he was natural and doubled down further into his delusion, and continued posting videos showing people his routines and physique. The guy literally did not give a fuck, and there's something weirdly admirable about this. Rodrigo would post his freaky workout videos for a few years.
Dude thrived on people pooping on him, so just didn't care. I mean, he also made money if he was, like, obviously monetized on YouTube. So if people keep commenting, which keeps pushing it through the algorithm, which keeps giving him more money, yeah, he's just vibing. He's quote unquote doing what he enjoys. So it's easier to not get wound up by reality when you aren't living in it. I just don't think it's worth my time or effort to respond to comments that are just naturally nasty. So.
But eventually the macabre interest in his activities would fade, and so would Rodrigo from the internet. Considering his impact as a living meme on the early online bodybuilding community, every now and then people will take to weightlifting forums and ask the question, whatever happened to Synthol Man? Well, unsurprisingly, like many accused of using Synthol, it turns out the guy may have died. In his early 30s, no less. While I must say this is not
like, see, that's so upsetting. He didn't fade though, sadly, but like dying in his early 30s is so young.
a confirmed report, an individual who is purportedly Rodrigo's sister has made numerous Facebook posts since as early as 2015 mourning the loss of her brother. One from December 9th of 2015 reads, "Today was your birthday, my brother. I miss you so much. You were a very special person. Eternal longing. I love you forever. Only memories remain." Another post from 2018, which features a photo of Rodrigo, says this: "Missing someone is something like this. An endless agony, a pain inside the soul that cries inside me. Missing someone is a small river that runs towards the sea." Rodrigo has completely disappeared from the internet for over a decade at this point. And considering the apparent hospital photo and these Facebook posts, I would be lying if I said I didn't personally think he was dead. I do want to say for the record that we don't officially know if Rodrigo ever used synthol, and we certainly don't know why he passed away if that is the case. Whatever the case, the legend of Rodrigo lives on in the re-uploads of his videos and forum posts talking about his antics. Yakuza penis enlargement surgery stabbing.
I'm sorry, what? What? Say that one more time? Hold up. He's got to read that again.
Antics. Yakuza penis enlargement surgery stabbing. In the world of male Looksmaxxing,
That's crazy. Tetra got your new title for stream. Joined at a time. I'm sorry, it's probably a terrible, terrible story, but you know when you read a title and you're like, there's no way that's real? Like, I can't wait to find out. That was cute cut, what? Crazy title?
some consider your dick size a part of the overall attractiveness equation. And in case you didn't know, there are cosmetic procedures to enhance yourself if you're lacking. So how did a penis enhancement surgery result in somebody—
What was it? Yakuza penis enlargement surgery stabbing. If you scroll up a little bit, Penn's message is right there.
getting brutally stabbed and another person getting life in prison? 80-year-old Satoru Nomura is considered one of Japan's most feared crime bosses. The man is president of the Yakuza group Kudo-kai, which is said—
Kuro, I'm sorry, don't do this, it'll make you infertile, thank you.
to be one of the most violent groups in Japan.
Ugh.
During his heyday, Nomura had gained quite the vicious reputation, running numerous crime rings involving real estate fraud and illegal gambling.
Okay, so he was doing illegal stuff. Still not good that a person died, which I'm sure is gonna happen, but yeah.
Dens. He'd also be accused of heinous violent crimes as well, including the shooting of a leader of a fishery business for allegedly refusing to do deals with the Yakuza. He's also accused of ordering a hit on a retired police officer who was investigating the Kudo-kai, allegedly ordering this lawman to be shot. But we're here to discuss a killing spurred by a penis enlargement surgery.
Yeah.
The story goes that in August of 2012, Satoru had undergone cosmetic surgery at a Japanese clinic. It turns out the guy was there for some hair removal, and also, he was getting a bigger samurai sword installed, if you catch my drift. Yes, the Kudo-kai crime boss went in for a penis enlargement surgery, but it seems things didn't go as planned. You see, after it was completed, Satoru wasn't all too happy with the procedure. But it wasn't because it was a botched job. His ire wasn't towards the surgeon. Rather, it was towards a nurse, a woman who was in charge of the aftercare following this man's surgery. It was reported that Satoru became jilted after this nurse allegedly dismissed his complaints about pain and had jokingly told him, quote, "This can't possibly hurt as much as getting one of those Yakuza tattoos," unquote.
Okay, he's a terrible person, but like, how do you just dismiss someone's pain like that? That's terrible. I'd be mad too.
Satoru was not one to be disrespected, even in ways smaller than his original penis. And so in response to this nurse's comments, Satoru told his assassins to teach her a lesson on his behalf. The Yakuza member who executed the boss's hit was a man named Yoshinobu Nakata.
Oh, I thought someone killed him. I didn't realize he killed oh. Yeah, how do you say that to a Yakuza boss? Maybe she thought like, hey, I'm safe, or she I don't know, maybe she didn't know? How do you not know though? Surgery is worse pain than tattoos? 100%. How can surgery in the most pain-sensitive area of the body not hurt more than tattoos? Yeah, I don't know what her thinking was there. I don't know what her thinking literally was.
And on January 28th, 2013, at around 7 p.m., Nakata allegedly approached the 40-something-year-old nurse from behind on a walkway as she commuted home. Seeing his chance, Nakata began stabbing her in the head, neck, and chest and fled the scene after. Thankfully, these wounds would not be fatal, as she was found alive and reportedly made a full recovery. Reportedly 2 days after the stabbing, Satoru attended an examination at the same clinic from before. During the visit, the cold-hearted crime boss brought up the stabbing and said, quote, "If a person causes damage, well, some things cannot be helped." Soon, though, the Japanese courts would learn of the hit and saw this as an opportunity to lock up the Yakuza boss for good. Nomura was later arrested and in the coming years would finally have to face justice for his previous crimes, charged for not just ordering the nurse attack, but for the fisherman union murder we mentioned earlier, the killing of a dentist, the police inspector shooting, and tax evasion. The boss would deny the accusations that—
You don't mess with the IRS, you never do. That rhymes, huh? Do not mess with the IRS, man. When working in a professional environment, you don't focus on the underworld. Like, I don't know who the mafia boss is. No, but you also can't dismiss pain like that if you're working in a medical field. If someone's like, hey, this really, really hurts, you're not gonna be like, oh, it can't hurt worse than your tattoos. Like, who in their right mind would say that? It wasn't her time, huh? Because stabbing in the head is tough. No, that's rough. Yeah, I mean, was not okay for saying that, but she didn't deserve to be stabbed. Don't mess with the IRS. They got Capone. They will get you. See, be like Joker. Don't mess with the IRS. Yeah, I don't fear many things, but I fear the IRS.
That he was the mastermind behind these crimes. But on August 24th, 2021, a Japanese court would sentence Satoru Nomura to death for all of the violent hits that he had ordered. The man became the first designated Yakuza boss to be sentenced to death in Japan's history. Quote,
wow.
I asked for a fair decision. You will regret this for the rest of your life. Years later, in March of 2024, a Japanese court overturned Nomura's death sentence, though he still will remain in prison for the rest of his life.
Okay.
It's insane to me that one of the largest criminals in Japanese history was taken down in part by a penis surgery gone wrong.
Yeah.
But hey, it's almost as if nothing good comes from the quest for vanity.
That was a crazy timeline. I'm glad no one actually died and a bad person was put in jail, but that was actually insane.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You're telling me the ASU frat leader just got frame-mogged by Clavicular live on stream?
What?
I'm gonna need a second. While we're on the topic of looksmaxxing and mogging, I think most of you right now are probably getting mogged by your wireless phone plan in terms of cost. Today's sponsor, Mint Mobile, can help you affordability max into a much better plan. I recently got Mint Mobile for my work phone. $15 a month for a premium unlimited plan.
Let's go.
Literally set it up within
that was pretty. He's like, oh, you're
eSIM.
being Looksmaxxed.
I don't even know what he said. Provider has anything that comes close to that in terms of price. My old one certainly didn't. This service has been incredible. I mean, Mint has 5G coverage to 98% of Americans and 4G LTE to 99% of them. So needless to say, I've had no complaints about the coverage or data connectivity. All of that with unlimited talk and text, free calls to Mexico, Canada, and the UK, and it's got 20 gigs of mobile hotspot data with the unlimited plan. If you want to make the switch, it's really easy. If you have an unlocked phone, it's as simple as activating the eSIM, and if you're switching providers, they have a streamlined system to handle that in minutes, and you can keep your old phone number. So if you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/wavy. That's mintmobile.com/wavy. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5GB plan required, which is equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for the first 3 months only, then full price plan options are available. I want to know the information on Clavicular. That's a nice background though, holy. See Mint for details. Powering up here. All right, let's lock in. Who are we talking about next?
Oh.
So next, we want to talk about another example of one of these jacked up injectors. There have been many other so-called synthol men that have gone viral on the internet after Rodrigo. One that I'd like to discuss briefly is currently at risk of having both of his arms amputated because of muscle injections, the Russian Popeye. This is Kirill Tereshin. In this photo, the guy looks pretty normal, a healthy young Russian man. But years later, he looks like this.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty rough. What happened here?
Hi subscribers. It's been almost 3 months since my surgery. It was on this left hand.
I didn't even see that. I was looking at his tattoo and I was like, oh, those arms are huge and the lips are a bit much. And I don't like the puffy lips, but look good in the first image. Yeah, he looked fine.
But as you can see, I still have a scab here. It's almost gone.
Kirill Tereshin, aka Russian
minus like this part. That looks a little funky.
Popeye, aka Bazooka Arms, first became popular on Russian social media back in 2017. Citing self-image issues, Kirill began a fitness journey which he documented on his social media accounts. While initial progress was hopeful, as
this dude so synthol clogged his arteries, so he's losing his arms. No.
As years went by, it became clear that Kirill had started overcompensating and injecting his muscles with chemicals to make them look bigger. Kirill has actually admitted to doing this too, it's not speculation, saying he injected his arms with a petroleum jelly solution to
petroleum jelly?
them up in this ridiculous way. Much like with synthol, these injections resulted in a
Okay, what I don't understand, right, is you're doing all this. Obviously, it's harmful to your body. What's the point in working out then? Because there's no point in, like, use homemade mix. That's terrible.
truly freakish look, with Kirill's arms ballooning in size while the rest of his body looked like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. It's pretty hideous looking, but Kirill says the women loved it, and even if they didn't, he personally liked the big-ass Popeye appearance that it gave him. The thing with Russian Popeye that's different about these online freak synthol users is that he's been reinforced to do this to himself because he's actually made money from it. Because of his freakish popularity on social media, he gets tons of views on his content, which has brought in good money. He's a modern circus sideshow act, and this guy will do just about anything for a buck. Kirill—
That's so sad. Mongols a natural fighter, very hard punches, a big power. Like, imagine fighting up against someone who does this. Synthol increases size, but the muscles don't get stronger from it. If anything, the abdominal shape weakens them. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point in working out if that's, like...
has been roped into MMA fights. He's subjected himself to slap boxing humiliation, and he's been in a litany of just stupid social media videos that make him look like a buffoon.
As I've already stated, there is absolutely no competition whatsoever in this world we live in.
The more Kirill pumped himself up with the oil, the more views he received. But eventually the stuff started eating away at his body. In 2019, Kirill had to receive multiple surgeries to remove what has been described as 3 pounds of dead muscle from his arms. The surgeon described—
Dead muscle from his arms. Rigging might be necessary for them to remain functional. Oh, that makes sense then.
the inside of his arms as, quote, all functionally important nerves and arteries are woven into a ball of scars and oil, unquote. It's like the inside of bro's arms are like the ocean from Iron Lung. So the procedure was successful at removing the dead tissue, and there were some truly harrowing aftermath photos shared by Kirill to the web. Pretty grisly stuff.
3 pounds worth. Yeah, that's crazy. Of just oil and muscles and like, ugh. You think the existence of Goku would inspire men to work for the physique they desire? The problem is it's a lot of work to get muscles like that, and a lot of people don't want to put in the time and effort. Being injected like 4 liters worth of oil, it sounds so painful. Yeah, the thought of it just like, ugh. That's why, you know, it clogged. Yeah.
Stuff here. You might expect this to be a wake-up call for the Russian Popeye, though considering the photos on
Please tell me he stopped at one point. Like, bruh.
screen, it clearly wasn't. Kirill continued to use his oil injections on his arms, and even started modifying other parts of his body to where his face is beginning to look like a fucking Bogdanov twin. The guy clearly suffers from extreme body dysmorphia and is addicted to social media attention that he gets from poisoning himself. Photos throughout the early 2020s show his arms ballooning further, with disgusting inflammation and disproportionality. All of this self-abuse would come to a head in late 2025, with the Russian pop—
This looks like one of those images that are like, what do you see when you look at this? He was still at it. That's so, like, oh, you're losing all nerves and everything in your arm. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. It's so sad.
Popeye facing an ultimatum. Around this time, Kirill had developed a deadly serious infection throughout his arms due to the abuse of the oil.
Yeah, Rorschach. I'm thinking of what we doing, reaction stuff.
He was at risk of losing
I'm sorry, we're Looksmaxxing. Yeah, we're Looksmaxxing right now.
both of them or even dying. The only way to save them was for doctors to essentially hollow him out and patch what was left of his skin and muscle together using grafts. Kirill went through with the procedure, and as you can see in recent photos after the recovery, Kirill's arms seem to be mostly drained at this time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is the final chance for Kirill. If he goes back into abusing oil injections after that last close call, he's losing the arms. I mean, look at them. They're barely holding on by a thread as we speak. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what this guy does.
Yeah.
And I've got to take this thing off because I'm burning up.
Fair.
We're going back to D.
I have no clue what's this was. I mean, you don't have to. It's fine. You can just watch the video with me. Not to mention your physique will never look like the steroid-made bodybuilders with regular training. No matter how hard you train, there's a biological limit, which unfortunately isn't seen by some of the ideal form, even though it should be. Yeah. Some people just will never be content with what they have, naturally. Sadly, he had problems with his appearance, so nothing these people do satisfy him is really sad. Yeah. Even losing his arms, I think I mean, obviously he can't put anything in his arms anymore past that point, but he would still try.
mode. Where's the shirt? I can't mog anymore. I'm cooked. The toxic tush doctor.
Toxic tush doctor. All right.
In recent years, the popularity of BBL butt enlargement surgery has prompted some pretty interesting headlines and memes. One of the most disturbing being,
how do you fit in a seat? Like, toxic tush? Like, girl?
the phenomena of BBL wind, or BBLs stinking after a while. It's apparently a
BBLs have a smell? What they do? How you fit in pants? This is hilarious because we just had a conversation how women's pants is actually terrible to shop for. So, like, you would have to get custom pants at this point. You would have to.
side effect of botched BBL jobs essentially becoming infected and causing those who get them to smell like rotting flesh.
Ew.
I've got a BBL related story for you right now that's even worse. The case of the toxic tush doctor, unlicensed BBL practitioner whose foul work actually got someone killed. Miami, Florida is one of the most visited cities in the US when it comes to those seeking cosmetic enhancements. Butt fillers, BBLs, breast implants, the modifications you can have done here are endless and ludicrously expensive. And with that said, there are some low budget options available there too if you're willing to take a risk. Enter O'Neill Ron Moore.
Like, I'm trying to understand, like, the curve of this. Oh, I guess, like, but it's I know they're never going to be happy with how they look, but this is crazy. Every shop is different size, the same size. I was literally telling a story before how I went shopping for jeans. I found a pair that, like, fit perfectly, worked really well, wasn't in my size, but I tried it on, it worked. And I was like, oh, these jeans are really, really great. Went back, like, a week later, same size, same brand, same shop, it didn't fit. And I was like, that's the most frustrating thing about girl jeans. You're behind rods and Nurgle must be happy, but no one else should be. But yeah, I would never get surgery unless I really, really, like, needed it.
Also known as the Duchess, a 30-year-old transgender woman and Miami-Dade County resident, who in the early 2010s claimed to have the hookup when it came to cheap backside enhancements. She was basically a bootleg door-to-door BBL salesman, handing out her cosmetic surgeries to anyone willing to pay. And the way that she would perform these procedures was extremely unorthodox. She would inject people's bodies with industrial-grade sealants, cement, mineral oil, super glue, and even Fix-A-Flat.
What? I thought they got, like, some, like silicone type thing, and I was like, they're probably injecting it, it's probably not good. But, like, actual cement? Oils? Gorilla Glue?
Fix-A-Flat? I don't even have a snarky one-liner. That's just fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
Naturally, this diabolical plastic surgery would cause many of her patients to fall ill after receiving the injection.
I wonder why. How do you, like, oh yeah, I trust this person, go to them, and then, like, people start getting sick and you're like, what's happening here? Yeah, actual Gorilla Glue. Cement, so she put too much in, they couldn't get up anymore, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess your booty would be heavier. It would probably, like, pull the skin too. Like, come on.
Soon, victims were coming forward with complaints, one of which was a woman who claimed she was duped into paying for 6 injections of what was a near-lethal formula of chemicals administered from a tube hooked up to a water cooler. Lord have mercy. One victim that received injections in 2009 would be permanently deformed, not able to sit on her butt, and forced to lay on her stomach for the rest of her life, after it was found out that the substance she was injected with was mineral oil and bathroom caulk.
I know that they meant, like, the sealant for bathrooms, but that caught me off guard. That's not a nice caulk. You can't even sit on your butt anymore? Things I'm grateful that I can sit on my butt. Like, oh my god. That's actually crazy.
Causing her rear end to grow rock hard. Along with her accomplice, a 40-year-old named Corey Alexander Eubank, Morris would be arrested in November of 2011 on charges of practicing healthcare without a license and causing serious bodily injury. In 2013, Morris would eventually plead guilty to 1 count of
Is that the lady that was injecting people?
practicing healthcare without a license and was sentenced to serve
Okay, respectfully, I don't judge people on appearances because I don't think that's nice. But I'm gonna keep it $1.50. If someone says, "Hey, I have this great thing to give you a butt enhancement," and like this doesn't look natural. I don't know what happened here. And then you're gonna be like, "Yeah, that looks totally like, yeah, go ahead, just pop off, queen." $500 an injection? I mean, is that, I don't know how much surgery things cost. I'm assuming, is that cheap?
336 days. But it wouldn't be over for Morris, as earlier in 2012, one of the women who had been receiving injections from Morris, a woman named Shatarka Newby, died in a Tallahassee prison after it was found that there was a, quote, massive systemic silicone migration from her buttocks and hips. Before her death, Newby told a Florida Department of Health investigator that she paid Morris at least $2,000 for about 10 treatments through 2007 and 20.
Yeah, I can, Hydra. I don't want to be bad, but she looks bad with those. Yeah, I was gonna say that literally the chin does not look natural. It's expensive for cement, or yeah, $500. Okay, it's normally $8,000. Ugh, not judging off looks, but if you're looking for this cosmetic enhancement from a back alley doctor, shouldn't they at least look good? That's what I'm thinking. Unless when she injected it was fine, and then over time it just didn't work. I don't know.
2011 in an effort to enhance her butt, hips, thighs, and breasts. Therefore, Morris was arrested again in November of 2014 and transferred from Miami-Dade to Broward.
If this is her, this looks more like, I don't know if it's just the side view. Obviously, the upper lip's too big, but this looks more like normal.
County and charged with multiple counts of practicing medicine without a license, serious bodily injury, and 1 count of manslaughter. On March 27, 2016, the now 36-year-old toxic tush doctor was sentenced to 10 years in prison with an additional 5 of probation, and she would serve her time in a men's prison. While there's a lot of chatter about BBLs gone wrong online today, none of these stories hold a candle to what the toxic tush doctor was responsible for. I mean, fix a flat in the booty is something else, man. Golly. The Gorilla Glue hairspray catastrophe.
Wait, I think I've seen this one.
Having your hair in order is key to achieving a proper Looksmaxxed appearance. No, this is not an advertisement. Some of you are probably getting wavy web surf PTSD right now.
I've seen this one.
But yeah, Looksmaxxing your hair is expensive, especially for you ladies out there with all your special shampoos and conditioners and shit.
I felt so bad for this woman because, like, I don't mean to find out. I want to ruin it. But I felt so bad for her.
How about a cheap alternative then? Next, we discuss a woman who attempted a truly idiotic budget hairspray technique, only to later end up in the hospital and get doxxed by internet trolls. It all starts with this woman. Meet 45-year-old mother of 5 from Louisiana, Tessica Brown. On February 3rd, 2021, on her TikTok and Instagram accounts under the username DOLady, Tessica would share with the internet a video showcasing what was about to become a world.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looks so pretty. I mean, I understand because you don't have to do it every day, but like, mother of 5 kids, yeah, this would stress me out. There's so many expensive hair care products for women. Meanwhile, just look for a shampoo that says for men. Oh, I'm so lazy when it comes to. I'm just like, this shampoo smells nice and my hair isn't completely destroyed. Buy 10 of them.
Famous mistake. Her expression aghast and hair slicked back so aggressively that it looked painful, Tessica explains that instead of using hairspray to shape her hair, she had used Gorilla Glue.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with the little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Don't ever use this.
This is one of those videos where you can tell
Yeah, I felt really bad. Yeah.
Well, Tessica never expected it to go viral, but thanks to the sheer stupidity of the Gorilla Glue home remedy that she participated in, her story went all over the place.
Like she was saying, losing her hair, but I mean, you might lose some of your damn scalp.
The Gorilla Glue that she put on her hair that made her hair get stuck for a fucking year. I mean, not a year, but a month. It's a whole.
Gorilla when your hair to never change shape again. I could understand the frustration, but like Gorilla Glue, I would never. I have like put a small little tiny pin drop of Gorilla Glue before trying to put something together, and it got my finger stuck for a second, and I would panic. So like I don't. Yeah, the guy said before like, oh, you're gonna lose some hair. No, she might lose some scalp.
Hardware product.
How does she put construction glue, stuff that helps keep things together, in your head, bro? How you did not know?
Practically overnight, Tessica became an internationally famous living meme. They called her the Gorilla Glue Girl. The question at hand though, what the hell was she gonna do to get that glue out of her hair? Like, it looks like you would damn near need a hammer and chisel to knock that shit out, right? On February 6th, Tessica would update her Instagram, showing her outside the emergency room at St. Bernard Parish Hospital. So it looked like she had finally decided to seek out expert medical help over the matter. A subsequent photo showed her laying down as a nurse prepared her for emergency brain surgery, which would hopefully prevent her from ever doing something this stupid.
They literally had to do brain surgery, but hey, she can skip during her hair saving time. You'd better just shaving your hair off if it's that bad. She ruined her hair for this. She's ruining her scalp. That's stronger than super glue, and super glue was originally made to close battlefield wounds. That's terrifying.
Stupid again. I'm kidding. It was some sort of chemical that was supposed to help dissolve the glue.
Okay, he was kidding. I was gonna say brain surgery. I was like, what are they, shaving the whole like scalp off? Ugh.
Meanwhile, as Tessica was seeing doctors and looking at her options to remove the rock-solid wig, the distributors of Gorilla Glue actually released a public statement commenting on the viral spectacle. They were saying the quiet part out loud. "You're an idiot, and this is not our fault." The Gorilla Glue spokesperson said, quote,
We're in a situation where
hold up. Oh shit, let me translate that from Gorillian for you guys. We are aware of the situation, and we are very sorry to hear about the unfortunate incident that Miss Brown experienced using our spray adhesive on her hair. This is a unique situation because this product is not indicated for use in or on hair, as it's considered permanent. Our spray adhesive states in the warning label, "Do not swallow, do not get in eyes or on clothing." It's used for craft, home, auto, or office projects to mount things to surfaces such as paper, cardboard, wood, laminate, and fabric. We are glad to see in her recent video that Miss Brown has received medical treatment from her local medical facility and wish her the best.
I was gonna say, shaving to make it a wig. The problem is making wigs, like having that being done is also really expensive.
Usually I see these PR posts from companies and I'm like, yeah, you guys screwed up and are just covering your ass here. But this is one of those rare instances where the company literally did nothing wrong. Like, who would ever think to do something this stupid? Anyways, back to Tessica's removal attempts. The process to try to get the glue out was apparently grueling and to no avail in the hospital. So they sent Tessica home with some acetone and saline and wished her the best. After getting home, the misery only continued. Nothing seemed to work, and the glue would remain. Now, many of you are probably like, I mean, for Christ's sake, the hair is a total loss at this point. Why doesn't she just shave the shit off? Well, from what I understand, it was literally bonded to her scalp. So even if you could get a razor sharp enough to cut through all that gorilla gunk, it would probably cause skin damage as well. Essentially morphed into a freak because of her blunder, the woman soon became depressed and her life took a turn for the worse. Tessica had reportedly stopped eating and lost almost 13 pounds. Local school children who had seen her initial TikTok video reportedly started bullying her 11-year-old daughter at school. Tessica
like, come on. That's not okay.
Reflects, quote, "I would go to the bathroom to cry because I'm the reason my child is getting made fun of at school." In addition to all of this...
See, that's terrible. That's what I'm... like, that's... leave her kid alone. Yeah, it was a dumb thing, but, like, come on.
Tessica had gotten doxxed by internet users.
Yeah.
And with her phone number getting leaked, she had to deal with near constant prank calling. With her address out there as well, some people sent genuinely disturbing letters to Tessica, not only calling her a moron, but telling her to take a trip on the sewer slide, if you catch my drift. Needless to say, there were a lot of people who thought what she did was stupid and that she deserved no sympathy. But that
Okay, I understand she did something that like hurts her head, but like you've never made a mistake in your life before. Granted, this is a really, really serious one, but come on.
wasn't everyone. You see, sometimes people will go so extra hard on someone online that their outrage actually becomes cringe and prompts other people to support said individual, even though said person was being a dumbass. Supporters of the woman's plight would flock to a GoFundMe in an effort to raise money for a treatment that could remove the gorilla curse from Tessica's dome once and for all. And you might be surprised to learn that the GoFundMe would raise over $23,000 in donations. Surely enough to move some fucking glue from your head, right? Tessica would finally catch a break in this story, as in light of the GoFundMe support, a Beverly Hills-based plastic surgeon named Dr. Michael K. Obeng would step up and offer to remove the Gorilla Glue free of charge after seeing her story online. So with the promise of freedom from her self-induced hair hex, she traveled and would undergo the procedure. On February 9th, 2021, she had the gorilla removal procedure done with Dr. Obeng, who used a medical-grade adhesive remover, an aloe vera and olive oil mixture, and with a little acetone, managed to crack the seal of the gorilla's grip. Some comments from the doc.
The hand was actually very, very tough, very, very matted down, but she is very, very lucky that she did not sustain a lot of injuries to her scalp.
Yeah,
this type of ordeal is no joke.
The surgery, thankfully, was a success, with Tessica reportedly waking up from—
See, like, I could, like, cry. Like, she went through so much just for something dumb that she did. Like, come on.
Anesthesia and rather euphorically running her fingers through her hair for the first time in weeks. I bet that felt real nice.
Yeah.
The doc said, quote, "You should have seen the tears of joy when she could finally run her fingers through her hair. That young lady has been through a lot, and I'm glad that she finally has this and that she's finding relief, and she's gone on with her normal life now." Tessica's nightmare was over, and you might be surprised to learn that this idiotic ordeal actually ended up helping people. After being freed from her Gorilla Glue prison, Tessica would donate $20,000 of what she had earned from her GoFundMe to Dr. Obeng's charity, Restore, which provided free reconstructive surgery to people with deformities in developing countries.
This is gonna make me cry. She took the entire thing because he did it for free and donated to his charity. Oh my god. She also could have saved time by just going sooner. I mean, she probably didn't realize it was going to be so bad. Yeah, she's just a good person. I feel so bad.
The other $3,000 from the GoFundMe went to families struggling in Tessica's local area. By the end of things, Tessica managed to turn her Looksmaxxing mistake into something of a side hustle. As of today, 5 years after going viral, she has 1.6 million followers on TikTok, over 500,000 on Instagram, and almost 100K on YouTube. She's reportedly made close to $400,000 between branded merchandise, a hair care line, TV show appearances, licensing deals, and other brand endorsements. The more jaded of you might be a bit irritated with someone doing something so stupid, becoming famous off of it. But she's probably one of the least offensive offenders when it comes to morons getting a career from bad choices online. I mean, at least her mistake helped other people. Moving on. The strange faces of the Bogdanov twins.
I feel like I'm on the side of cosmetic surgeries for deformities or injuries. Otherwise, I'm iffy. Oh, 100%. If it's for deformities or injuries, I think it's a good thing. She screwed up and deserved the crap she got. No, she definitely didn't. That was a sweet ending. Yeah, that was actually really, really wholesome.
When it comes to Looksmaxxing attempts gone wrong, I don't think there's a pair of faces more representative of this online than the Bogdanov twins. I mean, these guys are classic internet memes. It's almost entirely because of how ridiculous and overdone their plastic surgery is. With that stated, I just want to have a quick conversation with you all about these two legends. So who are the Bogdanov twins and what did they look like before their transformation?
Probably completely normal.
And what the hell happened to them? Igor and his twin brother Grichka Bogdanov are twin brothers who have made many ridiculous claims regarding their ancestry and superior genetics over the years. Both have claimed to be the descendant of Russian royalty, and each brother claims that they have a respective IQ of 190, which is about as laughably believable as Alakazam's 5,000 IQ. Almost every claim uttered by the twins—
It's so exaggerated. Yeah, really. I mean, it's a terrible place to pause, but yeah, it really is. What their skulls look like? You think they broke their skull? I think they just lose like filler and stuff. No, 190. Yeah, my IQ's over 9,000. Chat.
should be taken with a grain of salt. But something undeniably true about them is that they were TV stars in France, and their entertainment careers is why they are relevant in pop culture at all. During their 20s, the twins found success in television, hosting programs in the late 70s and 80s, revolving around science and science fiction. They'd eventually
they plagiarized their thesis, but yeah, they look, I mean, it looks fine here. It looked definitely a lot better than how they looked afterwards.
Strike gold with their own science-related show called Tom's X. This was a show where the twins discussed scientific mysteries and the potential future of scientific development. Everything from sci-fi space travel concepts to metaphysical mysteries. But in the context of this video, I must comment that Tom's X is a useful archive of footage to look back at in regard to knowing what the twins looked like before their crazy plastic surgery addiction.
Yeah.
The show started in—
They look fine here, like, that's fine.
1979 and ran into the early 80s, making the twins in their early 30s throughout most of its run. And as you can see,
like for 30, they look fine. They look great even. Scars are used as symbol for the business and finances thread from a certain site because the way they look. Oh, they look like actual human beings that were born and not some mimic doing poor imitation of being human. Yeah, like I like it. I don't like being mean to people, but like they look fine here.
Plastic surgery, they were honestly a handsome pair. Their good looks certainly played a role in regard to their fame in France, with a lot of French people seeing these guys as a unique example of heartthrob twin brothers. And aside from their looks though, the Bogdanovs were academically accomplished, well, with an asterisk. Both Bogdanovs received PhDs from the University of Burgundy in the early 2000s, but have been heavily criticized for their studies. Specifically, some studies that they published centering around the topological field theory of the initial singularity of space-time. Academic peers often accused the Bogdanovs of being grifters and suggested their papers were nonsense, manufactured by throwing together a bunch of physics jargon to create a bunch of meaningless combinations of buzzwords. These allegations would lead to much controversy and lawsuits over the years. And around the time of their controversies in the field of academics was when the faces of the twins started changing. Their lips became swollen, cheeks puffier, and chins more bulbous. Perhaps their way of coping with being called frauds was to Looksmaxx in the dumbest way possible. The two often got a lot of questions about their grotesquely evolving faces, but bizarrely enough would deny ever having plastic surgery time and time.
Come on. Maybe it's not plastic surgery, but something happened. Maybe it wasn't a surgery, but there's some kind of something going on.
Again when asked. Some would actually believe this claim from the enigmatic duo, arguing that their puffed up faces were not from plastic surgery addiction, but rather from a medical condition. Defenders of the twins' legacy have suggested that the brothers suffered from acromegaly. Acromegaly is a hormonal disorder usually—
Wait, so they actually didn't? Surgical bee sting? Wait, it's actually something bad?
Caused by a tumor growing on the pituitary gland. The tumor causes an overproduction of growth hormone in the body, which can lead to enlarged looking facial bones, particularly in the ridges like the jaw, eyebrows, you know, the nose and the cheek structure. Now, what you're seeing on screen are the faces of people with acromegaly, and I just don't know how.
Okay, I was gonna feel bad for a second, but maybe?
Else to put it, but that's not what the twins are dealing with here. At least in my opinion. Furthermore, yes, they are twins, but what are the odds of both of them developing a pituitary tumor exactly at the same time and then they start morphing accordingly? I mean, come on, son. It should also be noted that the progression of acromegaly could be cured by simply receiving a surgery that removes the pituitary tumor.
Oh.
That would stop the growth. And you would think that if the twins had acromegaly from a pituitary tumor, I mean, they were well...
He keeps saying that. The same thing from pituitary tumor. They were replaced and plastic surgery was just an excuse on why they look different. Yeah, really big people too. I mean, I don't know how tall they are, but tumor risk can run in families, but not like that. Not the same time in twins. See, I feel like it would be more believable for twins. Like siblings, probably not, but twins?
The television stars, why wouldn't they just have the thing removed and cure it? There's no way around it. The twins had a plastic surgery addiction and were in a losing battle against age and the laws of nature. Despite their denials of going under the knife, there have been some who knew the twins personally that have leaked details of what they actually had done.
Oh.
Luc Ferry, a former French education minister and longtime friend of the Bogdanovs, has publicly gone on record saying that the twins both had Botox injections cosmetically. Another individual close to the twins has allegedly issued remarks about their secretive botched Looksmaxxing practices, this individual being John Paul Enthoven. Enthoven was an academic colleague of the twins and reportedly once claimed that the twins began getting cosmetic surgeries and facial implants in the 1990s in what has been described as a quest for eternal youth. Which I think, knowing as much as I do about the twins, that explanation checks out and is totally on brand for them. The twins would deny ever receiving plastic surgery until the day of their deaths, which you may or may not be surprised to learn occurred because of COVID. According to reports, the first of the unvaccinated twins, Grichka, died from COVID complications in late December of 2021. And just 6 days after this, Igor died from COVID as well. Though despite the weird plastic surgery addiction, these guys truly are internet legends. I've gotten many laughs of looking at memes featuring these guys over the years. Rest in peace to the Bogdanov twins.
Yeah. They didn't do clavicular.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this one down below in the comments and let me know who or what you want me to talk about next. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.